Hi, my name is Jen Delaney, and I'm a teletherapist practicing out of Boulder, Colorado. Subscribe to my channel for insightful videos. I'm all about an evolving world and helping people achieve serenity, freedom, and joy. You can also see my blog at jenniferdelaney.com. So, today I wanted to talk about words as keys to the subconscious, what I call phrase patterning. I learned this about I'd say 4 decades ago with a trauma therapist, and I found it to be tremendously effective for me, and I use it to complement brain spotting when necessary. And brain spotting is a modality that I practice and I'll talk about later. So, phrases. These are phrases. These are words that we say that are charged, such as I feel alone, lonely, I feel sad, I feel small, I feel invisible, or paralyzed. And sometimes they go back to intergenerational trauma beyond your own trauma. So we don't always know because it's not always a mental memory that we have, but sometimes a body memory. There's a wonderful quote by Mark Wolin, and it goes like this. When fragments of past trauma play out inside us, these fragments leave behind clues in the form of emotionally charged words that often lead us back to unresolved traumas. So, this is a really effective technique to use in therapy, or even if you're not a therapist, just for yourself, to be curious about the words that are coming up and to say them 3 times. There's something about the repetition that allows us to go deeper and deeper into the body memory. So, phrases are not shaming. Sometimes we have a voice come up that says, you know, you are a bad kid, or you were ridiculous, or out of line. And so those aren't the phrases. The phrases, it's always easier to go to the shame than it is to the vulnerability and grief. And it's the vulnerability and grief that allows a release to happen. And so we want to consider being at the effects of those kind of words. So if that was you were a bad kid, you want to be with what's that feel like? Well, I feel small. I feel unloved. And those would be the phrases that we use and say 3 times to allow that kind of a release. So the neocortex, our most recent brain, is a wonderful tool for us to use. But unfortunately, it's often the deep brain, the subconscious mind, the primal brain, that's running the show, that's driving the bus, because that's a survival place. So the amygdala is located in the limbic brain, and that's the fear center. And it helped us to survive, but it probably is no longer serving us. And that's why we want to create a release in that deep brain. And so brain spotting is a very effective modality that also accesses the deep brain and the subconscious. And we locate a point spatially, and there's a few other aspects to brain spotting, but we generally want to create an activation. So, because, when you were experiencing something that was traumatic, odds are you either froze up or ran out of the room or fought back. And you weren't experiencing in the body the emotion that needed to be released because you were trying to survive. And so, in order to create that release, we want to go back in time and get that child and allow that child to cry or to be angry, or to have the felt sense that they would have had if they weren't under the control of the deep brain that was helping them to survive. And so phrases can help us access some of that activation. And so I hope that you will try this out. Allow there to be a curiosity about the words that are coming up for you. So, if it is, I feel paralyzed, that's an intense felt sense in the body. Your mind knows you're not paralyzed, but there's something going on. And so sitting with those words can sometimes bring up an actual memory, or just the body sense. Just following the body sense allows there to be a release. So I hope you'll try this out and have a wonderful day. Take good care.